So after the fight between Khamzat Chimaev and Kamaru Usman, to say that it changed my perspective on Khamzat Chimaev a little bit would be a bit of an understatement. I still think Khamzat Chimaev is a great talent. I think he's special still, of course, but I think he's special in that first round. I think once the first round, if you can get out of the first round with Khamzat Chimaev, which is easier said than done, I think there's actually a good chance for a lot of people to beat him. We've seen him, obviously, not everyone's Kamaru Usman. Kamaru Usman's a good wrestler, has good takedown defense, but he was destroying Kamaru Usman in that first round. And then once it hit the second round, he just had nothing. Like, he just didn't do anything. Like, apparently his wrist or hand was broken, but still, that doesn't explain why. He could have threw kicks. He's got a good kicking game. He didn't throw kicks. He didn't throw any strikes with the other hand or anything. It was really odd to see there, honestly, from Hamza Chimaev. But it really made me think about the potential, since it seems almost certain he's going to be getting the next title shot. It is interesting to me to see how Sean Strickland versus Hamza Chimaev is going to go. Because Sean Strickland, one of the best parts of Sean Strickland's game is his takedown defense. Now, in fairness, he hasn't fought a grappler that is like Khamzat Chimaev. He hasn't really. He's fought the like who has he fought like when it comes to the grappling? He beat Jack Hermansson, but we know Khamzat Chimaev is a better wrestler than Jack Hermansson because they had a little wrestling match against each other. So that one's almost certain that Khamzat's better than him. But like I say, Sean Strickland's takedown defense is very solid. He did get taken down by Abus Magomedov, but he did just jump right back up. Defended a takedown from Nasruddin Imavov, but Imavov's a striker. To be fair, he did stuff 8 takedowns from Jack Hermansson, but Jack Hermansson's not the greatest wrestler. Like he's a good middleweight wrestler, but I mean just in the grand scheme of things. Like Hamzat's a welterweight. The welterweight skill set is a bit better, but yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting fight in my opinion. But like I don't know. Like he stuffed 11 takedowns from Court McGee. That's really good. Court McGee's still taking people down to this day. Even against Kamaru Usman, Usman only got 2 out of 8 takedowns. Like people underestimate how good Sean Strickland's takedown defense is. Now I'm not saying that he wouldn't get taken down by Khamzat Chimaev in the first round. I think Khamzat would probably get him down in that first round. He seems to get everyone down. But I think he can give Khamzat enough problems in that first round with the takedown defense to maybe slow Khamzat down a little bit. Because we all know Khamzat's going to come out crazy. He's going to come out fucking like a bat out of hell. Probably get his takedown stuffed. And if that does happen, if he has some resistance in that first round, he's going to slow down. Because if he once he gets people down, he goes crazy. But if you give him some resistance, he'll slow down even more. And I could generally see Sean Strickland going in there and breaking Khamzat Chimaev. This fight's really close. He's got capable striking, but I would say that obviously Sean Strickland is the much better striker. Khamzat might have the power advantage. He is powerful, but I don't know, he's not the most technical striker, especially he wings big overhands. Uh, yeah, he just wings big strikes. Does have good kicks, but I don't know, man. I think this is generally like a matchup where I could see Sean Strickland really doing well, and I didn't think I'd be saying this before this. Now maybe you know Kamaru Usman being a short notice replacement threw Hamzat Chimaev off here. That is a possibility, but I don't know, man. Like I'm a really big Hamzat Chimaev fan, so this is just like a non-biased take from like either way because I'm a fan of both men actually. I like Sean Strickland quite a lot as well, obviously, but like the more I think about this fight, the more I think I would actually go Sean Strickland. And I've never picked against Khamzat Chimaev. I've picked Khamzat Chimaev in every one of his fights. You know, uh, picked him against Burns, Li Jingliang. I was the original Hamza Chimaev fan on fucking Twitter. Like after his debut, I was literally fucking the one posting all the Hamza Chimaev propaganda, like with him putting a rear naked choke on a guy, and then his like fucking mouthpiece fell out. He puts his mouthpiece back in and then chokes his opponent. Like I was the guy posting all that shit. And yeah, like generally I, especially because championship fights are 5 rounds. Imagine Hamzat Chimaev getting extended into them like fourth or fifth rounds, especially with a high paced fight like Sean Strickland. Because Sean Strickland will be pressuring him the whole time, and if he's pressuring him the whole time, if he can stuff some of the takedowns, especially in the later rounds, which Sean Strickland is known, like I say, for his really good takedown defense. I could just see Hamzat shooting in a takedown, getting shoved away. I could see just Sean Strickland sort of unloading on him a little bit against the fence, hitting to the body. I don't think Sean Strickland's never been subbed either. Or he did get subbed in submission grappling. He put his hands up and the guy jumped on his back and rear naked choked him. It was really weird. It was really fucking bizarre to see, but he was a jiu-jitsu fighter originally. His first base was uh, jiu-jitsu. But anyway, getting on to the nitty-gritty of this, like I don't know, like I might be crazy. Maybe this is recency bias. Maybe I have to go back and watch some Sean Strickland fights. Because who knows, like if he does get like fucking immediately taken down, maybe he will just get subbed or ground and pounded out. But I feel like he would have like so much fight in him though, because Sean Strickland, fucking 33 fights, a lot more experience than Hamza Chimaev. Like, yeah, it's actually crazy how much experience he's got. But yeah, like when you think about it, he's got the big cardio edge over Khamzat Chimaev, experience edge, the striking edge, and he's got the unorthodox style. They have trained together before, so maybe that would help Khamzat Chimaev a bit. Chris Curtis does say it takes people a few sparring sessions before they get used to Sean Strickland's style. So maybe that would be the case here. Maybe Sean Strickland, his style will already be, Khamzat Chimaev will already be used to Sean Strickland's style. So maybe he won't really have any problems in this fight. That is a really huge possibility, if we're being honest. Like, that wouldn't surprise me. But at the same time, I still, just because he's so, even knowing they've trained together before, like, but again, I do know that apparently, according to the Smo, Hamza did just tap Sean Strickland a few times in sparring, but that was probably just pure grappling, which makes sense. And pure grappling, when Hamza Chimaev's not having punches thrown at his face, that's a bit different. So obviously, we all know that Khamzat Chimaev is capable of subbing Sean Strickland, or at least getting him in a position like that. But it's just all if he survives that first round, because I feel like that is the only way you can beat Khamzat Chimaev. I don't think there's going to be anyone outside of like an Alex Pereira maybe who can just go in there and knock Khamzat Chimaev out in the first round. Like I feel like Khamzat Chimaev is always going to win the first round in fights. Like I feel like that generally might just be a given. As crazy as that sounds, like I just feel like it's always a given he's going to win the first round in fights. Comes out so fucking crazy. Maybe in a 5 rounder, Khamzat Chimaev will pace himself a bit more. That is a big maybe though, because like he didn't pace himself at all against Kevin Holland, and that was a 5 rounder technically. So maybe he will always just come out like a fucking bat out of hell, and like that is gonna fuck him over one day. Like that generally will. Like it'll only work for so much at a certain level. Obviously, Kamaru Usman, very high level fighter. It did work for him in that first round, but arguably that fight was a draw. You could honestly give Kamaru Usman the second and third round. And yeah, it wouldn't have been crazy if they gave that a draw. Like we seen him, like his striking defense is very bad as well, Hamza Chimaev. Like powerful guy, long guy for the weight class. You know, still Sean Strickland's got a 1 inch reach advantage, which be pretty helpful with his jab and everything. Obviously, Usman had the same advantage, but his striking isn't on the level of Sean Strickland. But we did see Usman land that jab a few times on Hamza. Like I don't know. It's weird how one fight can completely change your perspective, though. Like before, Sean Strickland just walked through fucking Adesanya. I wouldn't have been like thinking this was such a 50-50. Even though I know Israel Adesanya doesn't wrestle and styles make fights and everything, but like we all know Sean Strickland's best opponents are like grapplers, and the fact that he went in there and beat the like fucking one of the best strikers in the division in Israel Adesanya, one of the best, a former glory kickboxer, is just fucking insane. So I don't even know. Middleweight's such a weird division to predict. Somehow, fucking knowing Sean Strickland, the type of guy to stand and bang with Alex Bahia and Israel Adesanya, but shoot a takedown on Brendan Allen and Uriah Hall. So maybe in this fight we'll see Sean Strickland try and make the fight a bit harder for himself. Maybe he'll try and grapple with Khamzat Chimaev. But I think if you base this fight just on like the smart approach, obviously Sean Strickland's going to try and stuff the takedowns and everything. But I don't know. I just find it weird to picture Sean Strickland in like that position, like getting walled on the ground. Like I don't know if he'd be composed or not, because it's not something we've ever seen in an actual fight. We've never seen him just get taken down and mauled. Like would he lose his composure a little bit and leave his neck open? Would he do like a sort of Volkanovski versus Makachev one type thing? And what if Hamzat's got his back? Will he just keep fucking punching at him the whole time? Like, is that something we could see from him? Like, we just don't know. Like, there's a lot of answers. Like, there's a lot of questions on both sides for this fight. It's not just questions about Khamzat Chimaev. There is still questions about Sean Strickland, even though he's been a fighter for so long. We've just never seen him just get immediately mauled like that. Like I say, he stuffed most of the takedowns from Kamaru Usman, and we've seen Khamzat Chimaev have a bit of trouble. I wouldn't say trouble, but like, we seen that he wasn't just getting Kamaru Usman down straight away, but Kamaru Usman's got fucking underrated takedown defense as well. I think I'm rambling on a little bit here, but I just feel like there's a lot of different factors that go into this fight. This is actually one of the most interesting fights. And I know this is going to sound like a really hot take. I think this fight's 50-50, obviously, Sean Strickland versus Khamzat Chimaev. But I really do think Dricus du Plessis beats Khamzat Chimaev. I know that sounds fucking insane. It's not something I ever thought I'd say. And I know he did get like top mounted by Derek Brunson, but that was just a dumb mistake he made. And he ended up getting back up in that fight as well. Like I feel like the physicality from like a Dricus du Plessis would give Khamzat Chimaev so many problems in that weight class, especially if he survives the first round. Like I feel like Dricus du Plessis might be one of the only fighters that is actually like physically stronger than Khamzat Chimaev in that division. Like Khamzat Chimaev, very strong guy. Actually, there's probably a lot of guys stronger than him since he's just moved up to middleweight. But yeah, I don't know. Interesting though. I really like this. I like that middleweight's getting some new fighters though. I really like Khamzat Chimaev at middleweight. I like that Kamaru Usman's like a middleweight now too. It's always good to make fresh matchups more available. I really hope Dana does go ahead with that, making the middleweight division like a top 20. That'd be so much better than a top 15. I feel like a lot of these divisions need more ranked fighters, but yeah, that's all I got to say about the potential matchup between Sean Strickland. I think Sean Strickland's got a sneaky good chance. If I was a betting man, I'm not sure what the betting odds are going to be like, But I would live bet the shit out of Sean Strickland if that fight leaves the first round, especially because Hamza will probably have a really dominant first round. Like I could see him just dominating maybe in the first round with the grappling. If he does do that, fucking live bet Sean Strickland because I imagine Hamza will slow down so much once it hits the second round. And I could just see Sean Strickland walking him down a little bit. Maybe the power from Hamza will, throw him off guard, but Khamzat's very wild with his strikes. He'll just gas out more. We seen it against Gilbert Burns, just winging overhands, winging big kicks, and all these wild attacks. Leaves himself so open as well. And Sean Strickland, I know people say he's got pillow hands, but he did drop Israel Adesanya like a perfect shot, obviously. But if he lands that same shot on Khamzat Chimaev, like who knows? You never know. Like he could drop him, he could hurt him. Like just not a lot of answers. If he drops him, imagine if he mounts Hamza. What does Hamza look like off his back? There's just so many questions about both men. It's crazy. But yeah, that's just how I feel. I don't know who I'd go with. This is why this video will be who would win, Hamza Chimaev or Sean Strickland. I don't know. I I know I've talked on a lot in this video. Maybe I rambled a little bit too much, but I think I'm leaning Sean Strickland. I know that's crazy. Uh, like I said, I've picked Khamzat Chimaev in all of his fights, but just Sean Strickland, great cardio, good pressure. When fighters are good pressure fighters, what does that mean? It means they gas out their opponents, they tire their opponents out. What has been shown to be Khamzat Chimaev's weakness or Achilles heel so far? His cardio slowing down. I just think stylistically, so much goes for Sean Strickland here. Great takedown defense, uh, good get-ups. Like I said, the pressure, good boxing. He's got the boxing advantage. He's gone 5 rounds multiple times as well. He's got the experience. He's been in title fights. We've seen him under pressure. We've seen him against big power punches, in like Alex Pereira. So yeah, there's like so much going for Sean Strickland here. And like I say, Khamzat Chimaev's going to win most first rounds, but once that first round's over, I think that fight just turns. The momentum switch will be crazy. But anyway, that's all I've got to say about that potential matchup. I know I just rambled on a little bit here, but I don't know. This could all be recency bias, and maybe Khamzat Chimaev just goes out there and immediately subs Sean Strickland, and that's possible. I'm not going to doubt it. Khamzat Chimaev is a beast, but I have such a sneaky suspicion Khamzat Chimaev will gas out and maybe get finished by Sean Strickland, just pressuring him. I think it would look similar to that fight on the last week of Dana White Contender Series, between I think it was Medeiros and Issa Iskarev. Obviously, this fight would be at a higher level, but I think it would look very similar. Maybe Sean Strickland stuffs some takedowns and just keeps hitting to the body of Khamzat Chimaev, just going to the body, going to the head, mixing it up, stuffing takedowns, slowing him down, pressuring him. Like I could generally just see him doing like a breaking style there. But yeah, only time will tell. This is going to be the next matchup though. Apparently Hamzat's wrist or hand could be broken, but the UFC really want him to fight, so it wouldn't surprise me if they just let fucking Sean Strickland sit out for a bit. But we'll see what happens, man. Interesting times ahead in this middleweight division. This division is so wide open. There are so many good fighters coming up, like normal prospects, fighters moving up, fighters moving down. So yeah, middleweight's in a great spot though. It's obviously not one of those highest skill divisions, but name value and just like fun entertainment wise, middleweight's up there. But anyway, that's all I've got to say. If you made it this far into the video, make sure you give this video a like. I know I rambled on a little bit, a little bit here, but I was just very passionate to talk about this because this has been on my mind since that Khamzat Chimaev fight. I was like, in the first round, I'm like, fuck, man, this guy's a beast. He might just run through this whole division. Obviously, I know Kamaru Usman's a welterweight, and that was his middleweight debut. But I was thinking the whole time, damn, he might just run through this division. Who's going to stop this guy in this weight class? And then it hit the second round, and I was like, that that gif where it's like come on, do something. And the guy's like poking it with a stick. That's how I was feeling. I was like, what the fuck is this guy doing, man? Like, generally, what is he doing? He was not, he had like no game plan there. He was just standing there and then he shoots a takedown like the last like 30 seconds, minute of the round. Like, that was really bad fight IQ there. Also, I forgot to mention, I don't think Khamzat Chimaev's got the best fight IQ. Obviously, he comes out like a bat out of hell, wrestling like crazy. That's not a good game plan at all, especially when you're in a five rounder. So maybe his fight IQ is not the best. His striking fight IQ isn't that great either, in my opinion. We haven't seen him uh, use any. Like, you don't really see him make too many great reads on the feet. He did have a good read against Gilbert Burns with the jab, but I think most people know Gilbert Burns is getting jabbed is his like Achilles heel. But yeah, that's so yeah. God, I said I was going to stop rambling, but there we go. Can't believe this video went for that long. But yeah, like I said, if you made it this is the last time I'm going to say it. If you made it this far into the video, make sure you give it a like. If you liked it, of course. If you didn't, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your life. And let me know your thoughts on the potential matchup between Khamzat Chimaev and Sean Strickland. And if you're not already, subscribe or not. Like I say, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your life, but I would appreciate a subscribe. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.